Hello once again, my good friends. I have been asked by a lot of people to do a shortened version of the original video we did for the Celtic mist. So here goes. You're all concerned with the saliva drug test as carried out by the police. So what will happen is the police officer will come to your car window and he will say, I'm conducting a saliva test for the presence of cannabis in your saliva. And I have here in front of me, sir, an unopened sealed unit, and he will open it in front of your face like this so you can see that it hasn't been tampered with. He will then say, I require you to give me a sample of your saliva. Now, I'm going to bring this a bit closer to you so you can see exactly what's in the kit. This here is called the collecting lip. Saliva goes onto the collecting lip. It moves up two different filter papers, and on those filter papers down this side here you can see a mark for C, another one for COC, that's for cocaine, AMP, that's amphetamines. On the other side you have a top one for C as a control. Below that there you have one for OPI as opioids, and down here you have the one that we're concerned with, THC or cannabis. Now the reason that the C is there, the control, is when the saliva goes onto the lip here, it travels up the lip by capillary attraction and moves up into these two separate filter papers. And when it reaches the C mark, and the police officer will know, once the control mark shows up, he will know that the test has been done properly. Now what happens, as you can see, there are absolutely no marks, no distinctive marks or coloration on the white filter papers. Opposite each of those marks, the paper has been impregnated with special dyes, and those dyes react to your saliva. In drug-free saliva, 6 distinct red lines will appear opposite each of those marks. Now, on the other hand, if if there is any of the drug that they're testing for in your saliva, the red line will not appear. So we're going to go ahead and test this now. First thing I'm going to do is, this is the one I've just opened, I'm going to put number 1 on it because this is test 1. And I'm going to deliberately feel this test. And how I'm going to do it is, I'm going to be taking some of my legally bought, legally purchased CBD oil. And it says on the box to take a half a dropper, put it on the tongue twice a day. Okay. Put the kit in. Now, what I'm doing is I'm swabbing my tongue so that the oil will be saturated on the lip of the test kit. It will move up the filter paper. Okay. The manufacturers of this particular test kit tell us that you're supposed to keep it in your mouth for 2 minutes. But time is of the essence. Now, I think that there should be enough saliva deposited on that test kit. So I'm going to leave it down. And I know that I'm going to fail this test. And I know if that were to happen to me on the roadside, I would be hauled off to the police station. So, I'm now going to introduce some Celtic mist into my mouth. And the ingredients in Celtic mist are going to dissolve all the THC molecules from my lips, from my tongue, my teeth. So what you do is, watch very carefully the way I do this. This is what you do, okay? 10 sprays. Scraping the top of my tongue with my teeth. That's enough. It doesn't take any longer than 10 seconds. Always have a tissue paper handy. You're going to need 3 things with you in the car at all times. You're going to need a bottle of Keltic mist, you're going to need a tissue paper, and the third thing you're going to need is a bottle of liquid. It doesn't matter whether it's Coke, Fanta or water, it doesn't really matter. This is a very important process here. Flushing. Swallow it, do you no harm whatsoever. Swallow. Now, I'm now going to test for a second time. Test kit. This time we'll put the number 2 on it, so we know this is the second test kit. Again, going to put it onto my tongue. Should be enough. Now, let's look at test 1. Test 1, I can see the coloured pink dye moving up the paper. So we're going to leave that down for a few moments. Now, that leads me on to another topic. The CBD oil that I am using is one of Europe's most popular brands. It's manufactured in Holland, and on the box it says that it's a full spectrum rich cannabis oil made from the buds of the cannabis plant. Now when I saw that word there, buds of the cannabis plant, I immediately, alarm bells went in my head, and I said to myself, I wonder is there much THC in this product. So what I did was I contacted the people who supply this particular oil, and I asked them that question, and I said, could you please tell me, is there THC in this oil? And the answer I got was, yes sir, there is THC in the oil, but don't worry, it's below the legal European level for to make it legal. In other words, he said it's less than 0.2% THC. Now, I'm going to apply a little bit of, it's called biomathematics. It's half biology, half mathematics, called biomathematics. Dead simple. I want to know, because that's the sort of person I am, I want to know exactly how much THC is in this product. And it's dead simple. They have told me on the box that half a dropper is 0.5 of a gram. So, dead simple, you multiply 0.5 of a gram by 0.1%. Now they have told me that the THC content of this oil is possibly up in the 0.2% level. Now I'm going to be very gracious with these guys and say it's half that. I'm going to say it's only 0.1%. So the way you work out the actual weight of the THC in half a dropper of oil is you multiply 0.5 of a gram by 0.1%. And do this yourself with your little laptop or your calculator, and it works out at 0.0005 grams. Okay, that's very small. Yeah, it's a very small quantity of THC. And they told me you have nothing to worry about, sir. 0.1% THC won't get you high. But that is not the problem. The problem is these machines here. This is the Drager machine used by the police in Ireland. This is the drug wipe used by the police forces all over the world. And these two machines have the same threshold value. They detect THC at a level of 5 nanograms. Now a nanogram is 1,000 millionth of a gram. So 5 nanograms weighs 0.000000005 grams. Now, stay with me. This is very important. This is going to blow your mind. This is so dangerous. And nobody knows about this. Nobody told me about this, and nobody told you about it. So the next question we have to ask is this. Tell me, Liam, that's me, I'm Liam. Tell me, Liam, am I over the limit if I take the same amount of CBD oil as you? Now this question can be answered out biomathematically, dead simple. You divide the actual weight of the THC in a half a dropper by the amount that the police are looking for. So it's 0.005 divided by that figure there, 0.000000005. And when you do that, it works out, wait for it, it works out that I have taken in 100,000 times over the legal limit of THC in my system. I'll repeat that. Working on the basis that the THC content of this very popular brand of oil is 0.1%, I am now 100,000 times over the legal limit. And that is where Keltic Mist does its job. It will take out all the THC from my mouth. Now let's just go to these kits again. Brilliant. Now this is test one. Test one, I want you to see, opposite the THC mark, the absence of a red line. Can you see that there now, folks? There's no red line. Don't be worrying about any of the other markers. We're just concerned with the THC. No red line. I immediately put the 10 sprays of Keltic Mist into my mouth, and here is the result of test 2. Now I need you to study that very carefully, and you're looking to see 6 distinct red lines, okay? Now, so obviously, let's put the two of them together, okay? Let's put the two of them together. The two of them together. The one on your left is, if that were to happen to me on the roadside, I'd be off to the station in trouble. But look at the test kit on the right. Now that is sheer proof that Keltic Mist does the job. Now the next question you're going to ask me is, am I going to stop taking CBD oil because I am 100,000 times over the limit? And the answer to that question is no, I'm not. Because I suffer from a lot of anxiety. I found it very, very hard to sleep. And if you can't sleep is the key to health. I spent the last 20 years of my education in the field of human nutrition and herbal medicine. And I'm well versed in this field. And I have discovered, and you know it yourself, if you go without your sleep, you're buggered. So because I couldn't sleep, my anxiety levels went up. I took panic attacks, I took depression, because depression and anxiety and stress and lack of sleep, they're all related. But thanks be to this product here, all that has left me. And there's no way in this world am I going to stop taking my CBD oil, because this has worked wonders for me. And when you think of it, a God-given plant that the good Lord put on this planet Earth for us, which is free, and these buggers are trying to make it illegal. And whenever I look at that there, again my friends, whenever I look at that there, that I am 100,000 times over the limit for taking a harmless small amount of CBD oil, sometimes I wonder, is there a conspiracy going on here? Are they out to get us? So anyway, my friends, listen, I'm sorry for rambling on here, that's just the way I am. Where you can buy this Keltic Mist, well, there will be a link going down in the description to where you can buy it on PayPal, but some of you will have been sent to this this YouTube video by someone. Contact the person who sent you to the site, and you can purchase off them. We have different agents up all over the country selling the product. But as I say, if you're finding this on the net for the first time, simply click onto the link in the description, and we will get it out to you. Now remember, this is fantastic. Remember this. Don't take my word for it. Every time you buy a bottle of Keltic Mist, it also comes with a drug testing kit. Now this here kit is the most upmarket kit available in the world today. It's manufactured by a company in England. I will give you a link to them so you can see how they describe how it works, but I think I've explained it pretty easy there to you how it works. But the thing I want you to understand is this. This is the closest kit you will get to the actual ones that the police use. Okay? There's only a few nanograms of difference in the detection level between this one and the Draeger and the drug wipe. Now, if the Keltic Mist has nullified and taken out, neutralized 100,000 times the amount of THC that would put me over. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you for watching.